Hi, Shell.
And hello to all you other wonderful weirdos watching.
So, 5th of June, it's officially been 2 years. Yay! Did not expect it to last this long. I mean, honestly, technically I didn't have any expectations. I just wanted a space to talk about books because I didn't have that space in real life. All the book clubs in my area want to meet up on a Saturday, and I'm always working on a Saturday. Everybody seems to have a Saturday free. Oh well. So I've been thinking of making my own original tag. In fact, I have technically two ideas. This one and I don't want to say, just in case it's already been done and I'm already like, I don't know. But I kind of want to turn that tag into a skit in a way. But I wanted to do this one because it's that time of year where it's officially my second year being on BookTube. So I want to do something special. A tag that kind of represents this channel kind of as best as I could. And what better way to do that than a wonderfully weird tag? Yeah, that was basically the premise. BookTube etiquette on tags is usually when they do the tag, they tag the original creator. Since my tag doesn't work, I wouldn't mind you just popping back and just let me know. Just leave a comment on this video saying that you've done the tag, and I can come see what people's responses to this is, because I have no way of knowing how many people have done this tag. I kind of feel like that this is becoming a bit of an issue when it comes to my channel. Is my tag doesn't work. It's like, seriously, if you type in @castle57, it's just not gonna link to my channel at all, and it's very weird, and I don't understand why. And there is literally no tutorials online to explain it or fix it or what. It's just apparently a non-issue. So I'm going to treat it like a non-issue because there's no fix. I was wondering, should I change my tag to my @tag to something else to see if it works after that, but I don't know. Oh well, on with my tag. Basically, as predicted, it's just going to be everything wonderfully weird about my bookshelves. What's the weirdest book you've ever read? For me, this could fall into several categories because we've got so I've got a few categories here because I don't know if I can make up my mind. I mean, first off, we have absurdism. We've got The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy representing our sci-fi. We've got Discworld representing our fantasy. Oh my goodness, these are weird and wonderful and I love them. And I would love to reread these soon, but I'm currently still heading my way through the Witches Abroad book at the minute, so wonderfully weird, 100%. It is just, I love absurdism, and it just like satirical nonsense about the universe and how cosmically insane it can be, because anything is basically possible if you just think so much about it. And yeah, I love the trilogy. It is a trilogy. You cannot convince me otherwise. Do not read 4 and 5. Don't know how that went downhill. Seriously. And then I absolutely adore Granny Weatherwax. She can turn her own arrest or her own tax collector into like a comedy sketch. It is amazing. Because she just invited them in for tea and offered them a bun, and they were all intimidated, and they had to like explain why they didn't arrest her to the king. It's hilarious. Weird Sisters brilliant. Absolutely adore it. Getting to know Granny Weatherwax even more in Witches Abroad is even better. That woman can play the Discworld equivalent of Porker, which I do believe is something to do with onions. Amazing. Other weird book I have read is The Book with No Name by an anonymous author. I can't say what genre I would put this in without it being a spoiler, because it's literally a reveal at the end. Everything is happening. Like, seriously, there's an investigation over the Bourbon Kid, who is a mass murderer. And then there is a guy dressed as Elvis, who is a hitman. And there's this woman with amnesia who's being looked after by a bartender who's basically the nice guy. Oh boy. There is just, there's literally a scarecrow spit that is just, what? I remember reading this way back when I was like a teenager, and it was just weird, and I absolutely loved it. It just, chaos ensues because whoever reads The Book with No Name by the anonymous author in this universe somehow ends up murdered, and nobody knows why. There's an investigation into it. It's just bizarre. And then we have horror. So 2 installments for horror. We have Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I've not bothered mentioning any of the other authors' names because I'm an idiot. I'm very inconsistent with I'll have everything on the screen. It's fine. So we've got Uzumaki, which I do have a vlog of, and this was back when I may have been a little too learning the ropes, and I forgot to add an intro to that video, which is hilarious. But I was convinced I was not going to keep this book. I was convinced I hated this book. It was so dark, and just the town being overrun by spirals, it gets weirder and weirder, and cosmic horror levels of weird, and it's, oh my goodness. The ending made this perfection. The ending made this a masterpiece. No notes. Except body horror warning and mushrooms and snails. And the other weird book that I read under this category, Curse Bunny. Oh my god. Curse Bunny by Bora Chung. There are so many things with this short story collection. I have a whole playlist. I have never read anything weirder than the inner workings of Bora Chung's writing. And we got and because this is a collection of short stories, we have everything. We've got cosmic beauty in what was it? What felt like a fable. And then we've got birth control pills creating a pregnancy. We've got yes, I said that. We also have a head in a toilet. Oh, we have, and it ain't skibbity. It ain't skibbity. Oh my goodness. We've got bunnies eating their way through corporation, and one bunny in particular has a particular appetite for a brain. Yeah, everything in this book is weird. One of them ain't wonderful. Again, playlist. But yeah, absolutely weird and wonderful, and I absolutely adore this. I wanted another book by her, but apparently I got all of my birthday list from Christmas, so I'm apparently waiting for my Christmas list selection, which includes a Bora Chung book for my birthday. So yeah. So next up, we're switching mediums. What's the weirdest film or TV series you've ever watched? It would be so much better if I actually had, gathered everything together, but no, I've just had to go and find it. But this movie I saw in the cinema, and It was trippy, it was amazing, and oh my god, I think I found the weirdest movie ever, and it is really good. It is really good. It's about a mother-daughter relationship. It's also, it's so much more about that though. It's so much more. I can't say any more because you should go into this knowing barely anything about it. The less you know, the better, actually. It is the weirdest movie I've ever watched. And Everything Everywhere All at Once is my favourite movie of all time. But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is just absolutely amazing. And apparently there's a bagel. There is a bagel. That's all I need to say. Back to books, but those were about stories. Those were about those were about the stories we have consumed, and now it's just about general stuff. What's the weirdest knick-knack on your shelves? Mine used to be Hetty's foot, but that is no longer on my shelves. That is in a display case on the other side of my room. But she was on my bookcase for a while. Her foot was on my bookcase for a while. So, yeah. Oh, the weirdest knick-knack on my bookcases in particular just so happens to be my tiger frog. Oi! Basically, this is my profile picture on YouTube. It's and also on my Goodreads. My tiger frog I made as my degree showpiece in university, and it's the only thing I've kept of my degree showpiece, actually. There was a rabbit frog, but no, a rabbit lizard. It was a rabbit lizard. Fluffy and scaly, and that was why. Amphibian and tiger, amphibian feline was the other creation, and they shared a landscape. I also bin the landscape. I was not proud of it, but I am proud of Tiger Frog. You've also probably seen my crab fox image in the background of some of my other videos, my older videos. But yeah, I specialized in animal hybrids because I guess I was really rocking the fantasy vibe. So yeah, I had a fascination. One of my other ones that I created was a birdfish. But yeah, my weirdest decoration on my shelf stems from my degree that I kind of don't like. I like my creations, just not my degree, because they kind of killed the passion for creating within that. Creating for the sake of creating just for the sake of a grade felt just mind-numbingly frustrating, and I felt like I had to BS my reasoning as to why I'm creating. And the matter of the fact is, I create for the sole reason that I want to. Not for anything else, but because I like it, I want to, and I want to make more. That's it. It is very therapeutic to create. That is all the reason I need. The next one is, what's the weirdest reading position you've ever found yourself in? This one kind of sparked the inspiration for this tag because I found myself squatting in front of my oven waiting for my pasta to cook, and I was just like bored, so I also read whilst I was watching my pasta cook. That just so happened to be like, this is the weirdest position I found myself in. I know, tag idea. So yeah, that was kind of the inspiration for this tag, was me squatting in front of my oven because I was hungry and I was bored, so I read. It was just one of the ways I found a way to fit reading into my usual everyday life. But yeah, that was the weirdest reading position I found myself in. Final one is, what's the weirdest book you own? I may have alluded to this a few times. In fact, I was contemplating the books that I have in my TARDIS. I think this one won. I think this other one won, and it's the one that is always hidden behind this clock. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, this book is actually very, very, very weird, and I could not leave the charity shop without it. I think it was definitely in 2024 that I bought it. It was, the sun was shining. I remember the weather. My memory remembers the weather on that one. And that is Soldier of Light by John Delancey and Tom Cool. It's the weirdest book I own because there's a giant picture of John Delancey on the front cover. And on the side. And on the back. Like, what the hell? What? Why do we need so many pictures of John Delancey, who plays Q in Star Trek Next Generation? It's freaky. So yeah, we've got triple Delancey on this book cover, and it is officially the weirdest book that I own. For more than a decade, actor John Delancey has delighted and provoked audiences as Star Trek's most unpredictable antagonist, the enigmatic cosmic entity also known only as Q. Now, Delancey has turned his talent and imagination to the creation of a whole new world, a startling vision of Earth on the brink of an evolutionary leap in human consciousness. It is the day after tomorrow, early in the next millennia, and all over the world, people begin experiencing bizarre mental transformations. The majority of men and women find their minds shutting down, but as a handful develop outstanding new psychic abilities, they are the adepts. An ordinary family man, an autistic child, a beautiful Gatemelon revolutionary, a mysterious European traveller with a very ambitious and secret agenda. As society breaks apart and new alliances form, these strangers become locked in a crucial battle to determine the future of a brave new world. But more than human minds are at war here, for deep beneath the earth, an alien intelligence dormant for 30 million years is stirring once again and sending its psychic tendrils into the minds of a vulnerable multitude. This inhuman entity has its own plans for the Earth, and they do not include Homo sapiens. Fighting amongst themselves, the adepts can secretly imagine the awesome and ancient intelligence that will ultimately test a new breed of humanity. Soldier of Light is a profound and mind-warping exploration of the outer limits of the mind's potential, written by innovative and always surprising personalities. So yeah, I think this is the weirdest book I've ever got my hands on. And it lives behind the clock because I don't know, there's something about, I don't want to I don't even know what to make of it, really. So I'm excited to read it, but the dust jacket is just full of Delancey's face that it has freaked me out to the point where I've just put it behind my clock so I don't have to look at it, even though I know it's there and I'm very excited to read it. This is the weirdest book I own. Yeah, so hilariously. So it's a very book light tag, but you can just add as many books as you want to it, as many wonderfully weird things to it, like what I have done with the first prompt, basically. So yeah, those were my entries for my wonderfully weird tag. And I will not straighten this stack. It's Pride Month. We're not straight here. Oh, God, this is actually quite heavy. Can I keep this up? I don't know. So yeah, this is my wonderfully weird tag. Hope everybody enjoys, and I look forward to people's responses if they decide to join in. Bye, Shell.
And bye to all you other wonderful weirdos watching.
Bye.